There you go. Hey guys, sorry we were having some technical difficulties there. Can you all see me? Hiya. How you guys doing? I'm just going to cook some chicken today, and I wanted you guys to check me out cooking it and putting it together, have some talking going around, and yeah, just hi guys. So I just have some chicken right here, just some regular drumsticks. I got these at Walmart. Yeah, these were from the Walmart bag. I think they're about $4.99 for something for all of these. So that's a good deal if you need inexpensive chicken. And yeah, just gonna start right up. Put this some medium to high heat is all. Let me go grab some oil. All right, add some oil to this. I say not too much. I think I put about, I'm gonna put a little bit more. I'm gonna do about probably 3 to 4 tablespoons is what I'm going to say. Let's go with that today, about 3 to 4 tablespoons. Alrighty. All right. All right, I'm gonna take some of my adobo, some of this stuff. The difference between this one, if you see this one with the red cap and the blue one, is that this has pepper in it and then the blue one doesn't. That's the biggest difference. Huh? Robin? All right. Switch this around a little bit. All right, and I did just put some garlic in it too. See that? Just a little bit of that stuff. I'm kind of heavy-handed with the garlic and seasoning, but it makes for some good tasting food. Especially when it's just like the seasonings and not like this stuff has like salt in it, but obviously like garlic powder and onion powder, parsley, that type of stuff, those are just herbs. So if you want to use those things, you could be as heavy-handed as you'd like. And that was just some onion. There you go. Okay, and honestly, I just do it by eye. I don't have like a crazy measurement or anything like that. All right, I'm going to use now some of this stuff. It's like some what is it, like bourbon? Bouillon? How do you pronounce that? But I'm gonna put some of that, we call it caldo de pollo. I'm gonna just add some to the pan with that oil in there. So there you go. This is very big because in our city, for some reason, we can never find the small ones. There's always these giant ones. So I have this little measuring cup from the girls' like formula that I use. And I'm gonna just do half a cup of that. Put that in there. All right, grab a spoon. Hi to everyone who's joined in. Hello, hello. Just putting some chicken in. All right, so far I've done some adobo in here. And thumbs up if you could see that. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. But I just put some adobo in there, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. And in the pot, I have about 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil cooking. Vegetable oil is what I used. And some bouillon, chicken flavor, this stuff. So there you go. Let's mix this up. And I'm gonna give it about 1 more seasoning on top of this before it goes in. And actually, if you want to get fancy, what you could do too is let's add in some sazon. It makes for some good coloring. Who's in here? Hey, Nikki. Hi to everyone that's in here. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining in. All right, so I'm gonna just take one of these. We'll just take a sazon pack, and this is good for not only for taste, but it also gives really good color. Throw that in. And I already washed the chicken and everything beforehand. So everything's good there. I'm gonna throw in some of that, mix it up. Oh, I'm making some, it's pretty much like almost like Pollo Guisado. It's pretty much like stew, almost like a Spanish stew chicken. It's the best way to put it. So I just got some drumsticks going, got some oil in the pot, and I'm also going to make some white rice and beans. So like the authentic arroz, habichuela, and pollo, like super Dominican style right now. Well, you know what though, with a touch of like Puerto Rican, because Puerto Ricans love using sazon. I don't know if anyone else uses these, but I actually learned this from one of my friend's mom who was Puerto Rican. She uses it all the time. So that's what I'm making. And they're super flavorful. I'm sure you guys would love these if you tried them. I know, Nikki, actually you're vegan, right? But your husband, right? I think you say he still does go for the meat, likes meat products. So maybe he'll like them. And I know there's also like vegan versions of these things. So let me grab some lime juice. Be right back. And I'm back. Just put some of that stuff in there. Lime juice, guys, is a great way to cut back on your sodium. So if you don't want to do too much salt products, like things like the adobo that I'm using, this stuff has salt. Like I was saying, the garlic and onion powder, of course, do not, because those are like spices and herbs. But this stuff that's like processed already, that has salt in it. So if you want to cut back on not using as much as that, go for the lime or lemon juice. Let's do a lot of that. Again, I'm very heavy-handed with my seasonings. Get that in there. That oil looks like it's getting pretty hot. See, I'm bringing this. Oh, okay. My hubby and kids, and they love their meat. Alrighty. Well, sorry to hear that it's for a medical reason, though, Nikki. But it's probably best anyway. I have gone like vegetarian, not necessarily vegan, and it's really definitely like the best way for your lifestyle anyway. So kudos to you. I know it's not probably for the reason that you would have preferred, but still really good for your health though. So that's awesome. Let me just do another round of the seasoning, just to make sure it tastes like something. And there's the adobo. I'm gonna do that garlic powder again. As heavy-handed as you like, or light-handed, either way, whichever which way. What are you guys cooking today? What are you making today? I'd love to know. Let me go ahead and put the rest of that sazon packet that I had left over. Again, I like using this stuff a lot for like coloring. That's a really nice color, and I'll show you guys in a second when I'm done what it looks like. All right, so I have the oil over here sizzling, so it's gonna make a whole lot of noise when I put it in. Mix this up. Alrighty. There you go. That's what it looks like. Thumbs up if you can see that. It's hard for me to like see. I have the window right next to you guys, so it's hard for me to see it, but that's what it looks like right now. All right, moment of truth is going in. That sound though, I live for that sound. I love the sound of chicken when it's about to go into the pot. Or vegetables. Vegetables make that sound too. All right. That there. Get this out the way. Alrighty. I'm actually going to do one more bit of this stuff. A little bit more. Not too much. Like I said, I use one of Baby Luna's like formula scoops to measure it out. It's like the perfect amount. It's perfect. I just did like a little tiny bit in there. Oh, hello to everyone who joined in. Hello, hello. But I'll be making. Oh, it's okay. That's, you know what though? It's awesome when you're not from like a certain culture or whatever the case might be. Like it's awesome to try different plates. So I'm gonna have to try that. You said Somali? Is it Somali spaghetti? I'm gonna have to try that. Hi. Is it Maricela? Maricela? Hiya, hiya. Hi everyone who joined in. Thanks for having you. I'm just making pretty much some like pollo guisado. So that's what's happening in here. Sprinkle a little bit more seasoning and a little bit more lime. Like I was saying, lime is the way to cut back on sodium. So if you don't want to use too much salt, cut back on it with the lime. There you go. There is that. All right, mix that up a little bit more. All right, and I'm also going to make some white rice and some beans. So that will be coming up next. And for anyone who just joined in, let me know what you guys are cooking today in the comments. Let's see. Yeah, it's really good. Did I say your name right, by the way? I hate if I pronounce people's name wrong. It's because I have a very complicated name too. Sometimes people find it complicated, and I don't like to butcher people's names. Let's see. All right, so I'm just going to put this here. Let's cover that up for a little bit. And this takes probably anywhere from like 30 to 40 minutes to, no, like 40 something minutes to cook, because we kind of like super extend our cooking time. I know like if you were to like ask Google right now how long to cook like chicken, though she'll probably say like 30 minutes. But we're so obsessive with like making sure everything's like super cooked. Honestly, 45, and some people have been cooking for an hour. So we're going to leave that there for a couple minutes until I stir it again. So that's that. I put this away. So anyone who joined in, I just used some of this, some adobo, some garlic powder, of course, and onion powder. Yum, yum. Again, this type of stuff has no salt in it. So you could be very heavy-handed with it, but these things do have salt. So be careful. And if you want to cut back on salt, lime or lemon is your best friend, and some sazon for some color. So this is that. Put this stuff away up here for now. And again, I'm gonna put some rice in right now and some beans. See what kind of beans I have. I'm not sure if I have beans, green, red, or black. We're gonna see what we got. I'll leave these out. Put that away. Be right back. Hold on, guys. Just getting some beans. All right. Actually, we're going to make some, they are called green pigeon peas. Have you guys tried these? We call them, Dominicans for some reason call this guandules, even though clearly right here it says gandules, but we call them guandules. I don't know why. Hey, Reva, hey. Let's get started on that. And let me get the rice pop locking too. I just have some chicken going on right here. We're going to mix it in a little bit. Just mix it up. Make sure that it cooks evenly. Let me get the pot for some rice. We're going to make some white rice. Just getting some water for some rice, guys. Be right there in 2 seconds. All right, I have my handy dandy. We all have that one pot that looks like this that we use for everything. This is my rice pot. That's what I have going on in there. I literally filled it to right where I have permanently impressed that line for the water right there. So I don't know how much that is. Maybe like 3 or 4 cups, I would say. And then put that there. I'm going to go ahead and put that on some, again, high heat, just so it boils really quickly. And grab the cover. Grab that cover, make it go by faster, and I'm gonna grab some salt. All right, so just some generic salt. Again, maybe like a little sprinkle. I don't know. You tell me what this looks like. I don't know what measurement that is. I'm gonna say like 2 tablespoons, right? Does that look right? I'm gonna say about 2 tablespoons of salt. And let me go grab a little bit of oil. We have the handy dandy vegetable oil here. And I do have more. This is just like the final of this bit. And again, I would say about 2 tablespoons, no, not like 1 tablespoon of oil. Let's cover that up and wait for it. There's that. Chicken seems to be making some noise. Welcome to everyone who joined in. Hey, Julio. What's in here? Hey, guys. Hello, hello. All right, so the chicken's starting to like fluff up a little bit. I think it's been here about 2-3 minutes. Hasn't been very long. So just season that. Alrighty. Mix it up just a little bit. Cover that back up. It won't be a while until that thing is done cooking. We're just going to occasionally come back and just like stir it back up. All right, here's my rice with the salt and some oil for the white rice. And actually, a lot of people always ask me how I make that rice, and literally it's just water, some salt, and oil. It's nothing fancy, honestly. All right, I'm gonna open up these beans. Make sure these are the green pigeon peas is what I'm about to make. Always make sure you rinse your cans because sometimes, you know, like they come from stores. You don't know what savage beasts were roaming around. So there's that. And where's my can opener? We have a new can opener, which I'm dying to use. It's such a generic can opener, but we had this one. We had like one of these. I don't know if you've ever seen these. It worked really well until it died. It doesn't work anymore. So can opener. It's nothing like a new can opener. They're so convenient when they work, and then when they don't work, it's like the biggest headache. You got me with a big butcher knife trying to open up a can of beans. It's ridiculous. It's like when you become a primate again. All right, so I'm gonna use this little pot for some beans. I think I got these from Marshall's. I think they're like 10, 15 bucks, really inexpensive. So put that on some medium heat. Yep. And a little tiny bit of oil, not too much on this one. Not too much, about a tablespoon. On the opposite side. And then with this one, I actually do it a little bit differently with the beans. We season everything. I can't help it. Hello to everyone who joined in. Hello, hello. All right, I'm going to grab now, for you guys that joined in, just making some like Spanish chicken or Pollo Guisado, like we call it, some white rice and some green pigeon peas or gandules. All right, and now I have some oil for the beans, and I actually use the cube ones. You guys probably have these or have used them in your house. They're just like the little cubes. See, those little tiny ones? That's all. I'm going to take half of this and use them for the beans. Sometimes I like using it for the beans instead of the powder version that I have, just because I know that I'm measuring it out correctly. And that way my hand doesn't go overboard or under. I'm going to put that in. And this is on a medium heat. Put this back here. And add some garlic, like always. Just a sprinkle of that. And that's it. We're going to add a hairline of adobo. And like I was saying earlier, the difference between this adobo with the red top and the ones that are blue, like the blue top, is that this one has pepper and the blue one does not. That's the only difference there. Add just a sprinkle of that. Alrighty. Let's just throw in our beans. I actually use all the water that comes in it. So just going to throw the whole thing as is. Just like that. Add some more water to this can. All right, I'm probably gonna fill this one more time. So I filled this can, filled it one more time with just plain water. Of course, you can use the sink, what is that called? The refrigerator water or filtered water, any which way you like. But it's getting cooked, so we're just gonna do that. I know some people have pet peeves with that. Let's see. So there's that, and I'm going to add a little bit for some color, some tomato paste or tomato sauce. You could add to this also. So, be right back. Let me go grab that. Oh, just kidding. I might be out of it. Let me check. Hold on. Hold on. All right, have some right here. Hello. So here's the tomato sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of that to this. Again, just for some color. Nothing too serious. And you could also always compromise or pretty much like mix in with something else. So if you don't have maybe tomato sauce or tomato paste, again, it's mostly for color. It adds a little bit of flavor, like that tomato makes it a little bit thicker. But you could always use like a ragu. That's pretty much mostly tomatoes. So you could do that also. Hello to everyone who joined in. Hello, hello. All right, so there's that. Let's mix that in. And these beans, for the most part, they're already like pre-cooked when they package them. So it's really just reheating them, but I still let them cook at least like 15 minutes. Again, I'm very obsessive with that type of stuff. All right, let's check on this chicken. See, the chicken's getting nice and fluffy. I don't know if you can see it from there. Starting to cook in. Real, real good. Again, just making some like Spanish style pollo guisado. Use that. Cover that back up. And I'm going to start getting my white rice ready because that's about to boil any second. Hello. Hey guys, to anyone else who joined in, hello. All right, let me get some rice. You hear that? That's just my sink running. All right, so there's that. There's the white rice boiling, the water boiling, so I'm gonna lower that a little bit. Okay, so here it is. Just need my measuring cup, and we're a pretty good amount of us living in here, so it is about 6 of us. Yeah, 6 of us that eat. And honestly, now Luna's she's gonna be 9 months, and she's already eating rice. She has no teeth, but she's still eating. So we're going to use this measuring cup. I usually put about 2.5 cups for that many people. All right, so 2, and then 1/2. Okay, it's running out, so I'm just throw it in. There you go. Alrighty, I'm gonna give this a good wash. Always wash your rice because if not, it's like really dusty. But this rice, basic white rice, they're like the long grain is what we use. Have you guys ever tried the jasmine rice? I see it in the store all the time, but I've never used it. Thumbs up if you've used it, or let me know in the comments. I haven't used jasmine rice, but I think that's what like Asian restaurants use them a lot. Let's see. But I myself have never cooked with it. All right, wash it about 2-3 times because it's very dusty. And just so you guys know, the girls are here. My mom has baby Luna, and the girls are in the room just hanging out. All right. Sorry if that water is loud. All right, the water is officially yelling at me to throw it in. There's that, it's just boiling. Here's the rice, nice and washed. We're just going to throw that in. And again, I'd say I used about 3 to 4 cups of water with a little bit of salt and a little bit of oil. That's it, nothing too special. And about 2.5 cups of rice. Every grain counts, which is why I'm here forever. Hey, those 15 grains will count for baby Luna. She'll eat that later. All right. There you go. Make sure you guys aren't gonna fall from here. I have you guys on like a whole contraption. If you saw what we have you up on, it's so sketchy. So I have to keep looking over at it to make sure it doesn't come down. Let me grab a spoon real quick. Let's see. Hello to anyone who's joined in. Hello, hello. Rice is great. Oh, jasmine rice is good. I'm gonna listen. I really want to cook with it. Does it take any longer? I know our rice, like when I'm doing like a speedy rice, I usually cook the rice for about 15 minutes if it's like super fast on like a, I'd say almost medium heat and it doesn't burn or anything. I wonder if jasmine rice, does it take longer? Like I always wanted to do brown rice too, but the last times I've done brown rice, I feel like it takes a long time to my liking. Oh, they went back to school today, Nikki, your kids? Mine will be back tomorrow. So they're probably getting out of school soon, no? It's like 2:38. Yeah, our girls go back to school tomorrow. So my job begins again tomorrow. All right, we're gonna cover that up. I'm going to leave, actually don't cover it. Let's leave it a little bit open so it doesn't like spew over. And then this right here, I'm going to raise the heat on that to like medium high heat on the beans. And just mix that up a little bit. We're just making some green pigeon peas over here, right? Was that what they were called? Green pigeon peas? Where they at? We call them gandules. Yep, green pigeon peas. That's what I have over here in the front. And just some pollo guisado or some like stewed chicken over here on the side. All right. Let's see. Hear myself. Just to know. Let's see. The rice doesn't take. Oh, it doesn't take long. Oh, good. Oh, I'm gonna have to try that then. Do you find it? Do you prefer it over the long grain? Because I already see it. I always see it, and I always want to grab it. So maybe now I will. Yeah, I'll probably grab it the next time then that I go. All right, chicken is coming along. It's been in now probably for, let's say, 10 some odd minutes, right? How long has it been? I don't know, 15, 10 minutes around there. I usually cook it for a total of like 40, 45 minutes. We're kind of obsessive with the meat cooking around here. Just to make sure it's cooked all the way. Especially because it's the girls. I don't want anyone to get like sick or anything from not fully cooked chicken. Or any meat for that matter. There's that. That's looking good. Can you guys see it from there? Let's see. That's what that's looking like. All right, let's mix the rice one more time. Use this one. Okay, just gonna let that keep boiling over. Get this out the way in case it's blocking your view. I know one of you said you're making spaghetti today. What are you guys all cooking? This is going to inspire you to make some chicken. Let's see. Yep, my daughter gets out at 3:30. Oh, so she's like, oh, she already got out. So your preschooler got out. Oh, I see. Nice. Isn't it so bizarre? Like I don't remember the school day, like when I was in school, like I don't remember like the whole hour take of it, but once you're like a parent picking them up, it feels like it goes by so quickly. Like by the time you drop them off and you're in line to like go pick them up, it's over before you know it. Oh, absolutely. You're very welcome, Marcella. I'm sorry, is it Maricela? Maricela? Maricela. Let's see. Okay, good. Looks good. All right, so that's boiling. We're going to keep mixing it. Then once it gets to a certain level where you feel like it's boiling too hard, you could always lower the heat. Gonna lower it just a little bit, but it's still in between. It's just below high and medium heat. So like somewhere in between, I would say like a 6.5 if you have the numbers on it. That's that. Again, just semi-cover it, not fully. And here are the beans or the peas. Have that simmering still. I like to kind of squish them down a little bit too. I find that it makes like the broth a little bit thicker. So if you want to squeeze some of them to open them up and then mix them, that adds to the flavor of them. Is that chicken's still good? Let's give it one more mix. If anyone new has joined in, welcome. All right, mix that up. And this lets out like its own water and everything. I don't know if you guys cook chicken very often, but it lets out a ton of water. Like if I go like this, see? Tons of water. It makes its own stew. And oh, I wanted to show you guys, you remember I wanted to share that cabbage recipe with you all. So pretty much what I do with the cabbage, I'm sorry I don't have it in front of me, but you just cut it up like you normally would, put it in a pan with just some butter and a little bit of salt if you want to. And I like accompanying it with this stewed chicken. And this water that this creates, all of that, I literally marinate the cabbage in it. So while it's cooking and becoming softer, all you're going to do is you're going to grab about 4 or 5 spoonfuls of this water, this broth, and just throw it into the cabbage. It's so good. So, so good. Here's that. Ready. This rice is coming together. It's starting to like absorb the water a lot more. So just lower it now to medium. It has about 2 more times of us mixing it until we finally cover it up. There we go. And these beans are starting to smell really good. So now because it's mostly drying out, I'm going to actually cover it so it could start the cooking process even more, like speeding it up. And you guys see me with the lighting? I think the lighting's weird. There you go, a little bit better. All right. Here's the peas. They're starting to change color. See how they got a little bit darker in color? And that's all because you end up squishing them down and it makes that nicer color and that thicker broth. And the tomato paste or tomato sauce really helps with that. And again, if you don't have any tomato sauce or paste, then you could just use ragu. Ragu is mostly like tomato based. I probably wouldn't use ketchup because I don't know about that. But hey, you could if you want to. Actually, my mom back in the day, I remember she used to use some ketchup for spaghetti. Like if she was out of, because we don't really use ragu growing up. We didn't use ragu for like spaghetti. My mom would make her own type of sauce. And if she was out of tomato sauce or tomato paste or running out, she'd mix it in with a little bit of ketchup. I know, it's crazy. Tastes really good though. I ain't knocking her. And if you're watching, Mom, it was delicious. Okay. And just mixing that up one more time. Here's what that rice is starting to look like. There you go. So it's almost starting to dry out. Going to mix it, pretty much just taking the rice off of the walls of the pot and making sure that nothing's too crazily stuck on the bottom. That way it doesn't burn. All right, we're gonna cover that last time. And then this next time when we go to open it and mix it one more time, it's going to be covered probably for a total of 15 minutes. We're gonna let that be. All right, let's see. You have a 5th grader. Wow, that's nice. Wow, what? That's crazy. Like, isn't it crazy like how you end up with children? Like, how does that happen? Does that sound crazy to say? I look at it sometimes like, who would have thought I'd have kids? And I have 3. I would have never thought I would have 3 children. Awesome, don't get me wrong. It's just crazy when you think about it. You start out just one person, unless of course you're my girls and you're born together. But yeah, it's crazy how you end up like creating like a family and or not. Some people don't, and that's cool too. I'm just saying it's crazy like when you start multiplying. Like what a bizarre thing to do in life. Good. Yeah. Get this together. And again, these things usually only cook for about 12 minutes because they're already pre-cooked in the cans or in the cans. But I like cooking them a little bit longer. I feel like they get a lot softer and I like them better that way. But I'd say about 15 or some odd minutes and these bad boys are done. Or sometimes some people just want them to start drying out a bit more and not have so much water. See if you can see them. That's what they're starting to look like. See, they start fluffing up too. I want that water to dry out a bit more though, so they could keep going. All right. Check that chicken one more time. Softening up really, really good. As for a chicken, is probably one of the easiest things to cook aside from like spaghetti, honestly, because like basic spaghetti, I should say. because it pretty much cooks itself. It gives off its own broth. So chicken is definitely one of those easier, and it kind of takes care of itself too. As long as you like season it a little bit, it kind of takes care of the rest. You just have to cover it. All right, I think our rice is just about ready to be covered up. Let's mix that one more time. Now, still a little bit wet. I'm gonna do it one more time actually. Sorry for my headphone users if that's really loud. All right, these beans going. Let's see. As my girls are 7 years apart. 7 years. That's pretty common actually. That happens all the time. 7 years apart. Yeah. It's cool though because that means that your oldest has someone who have as like a best friend. Like actually socialize with the smaller one and like remember actually like the milestones that your younger one had, like walking, talking. That's cool. Like our girls, because they're toddlers and then Luna is an infant, they're still at that stage where it's like sometimes they're like, oh, little sister, you know, like shoo shoo, shoo shoo. And then there's other times that they realize like, oh my gosh, mom, she's crawling, look. So kids are weird that way, and I don't know. I think it's really cool. I like seeing like the kids interacting. They all interact so differently, so that's very awesome. Put this away. Bring it back. So what are you guys all getting into today? Are you guys have anything to do? Hello, hello, hello to anyone who joined in. Hiya, hiya. What are you guys getting into today? We just have some Pollo Guisado or stewed chicken cooking in the back, some white rice that we're about to cover any second now, and some green peas or gandules. See? Hiya. Went to the Dollar General on Saturday. Oh, you started your stockpile. Yes, yes, Rachel. Yes, I have a good one in mind too. I have this idea for Dollar General also Saturday. I'm going to get it all situated and planned out, and it's definitely going to feed to everyone's stockpile. So that's the whole thing. Luna's starting to lose it. Ooh, you going shopping? Nice. Let me go get baby Luna. She's acting a mess real quick. I'll be right back. That way you guys can see her too. Look who I found. Look who's here. Say hi. Say hello. Little chunk of monk. Hey, little chunky monkey. Yeah, you little chunky monkey. Say hi. What are you shopping for, Nikki? You just going shopping in general, or are you talking about Dollar General? Say hi. They're saying hi to you. Say hi, hello. I can't believe she's already going to be 9 months. And did you, I don't know if you guys saw on our Instagram, she started already like trying to like stand up. Oh my gosh, why is a 8.5-month-old trying to walk? It's so bizarre to me. There you go. Look, she's saying hi. You like the camera? Yeah. All right, let's get this rice situated. I think that rice is ready to be mixed up and covered. Yeah, that. See that. She's a food fanatic. You can tell by this little pancita. Pancita? Yeah. You saying bye? Yeah. All right, let's give you to you, Daddy. Okay. Yep. Be right back. Oh, her socks are good. Alrighty, ready. We're back. We're losing the sun. What's up with the light? The light is being all weird. All right, go. There's baby Luna wanting to say hi. We're going to. Oh, Kroger's. I miss Kroger's so much. That gift card I won. Oh, that's right. You did win a gift card at that Christmas party. Nice. See, those are the best things to win. Like when you win actual gift cards or things that you actually want or need. I like that. You guys in June. Yes. June, we have a surprise coming for you guys in June. We're not going to say where we're going, but I think I told some of you guys that me and Alan, I just celebrated a 30-year-old birthday. That's right, 30 years old, young, whatever way you want to look at it. I'm gonna mix this real quick. But Alan never celebrated very well his 30 years either. So I think we're going to do it all together and we're gonna make a trip out of it. So stay tuned for June. It's gonna be a whole thing. All right, so this rice is getting nice and fluffy. I'm going to mix that up real good. All right, so that definitely expands. That's what the rice looks like before we cover it up. All right, so I'm going to put that here now. Now it's completely ready to be covered, and I'm going to put it on number 4, or just pretty much heading towards low from medium. So if medium is here, just going this way a little bit. So that's that. Again, these beans are practically done, these peas. I'm gonna just keep squishing them a little bit more. And I want this water to go away a little bit more also. So that's coming along. And of course the chicken. This chicken at this point is pretty much totally done. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could turn this off right now. I think it's been a pretty good amount of time. I think it's been like almost 30 minutes this thing's been cooking. So at this point, it's just about done. I'm going to lower the heat because it's been on high heat pretty much this whole time. So I'm going to lower it to about a number 5 or so. No, number 3. Let that water soak up a little bit more. See if you guys can see it from there. And chicken pretty much tells you when it's almost done because the chicken starts pretty much coming away from the skin. I don't know if you guys could see that. So it starts coming away from the skin. So it literally tells you once it starts being more and more ready every time. And sorry, the camera doesn't do it much justice, but I swear it looks really good. All right. That up. Like I said, that's practically done. We're just waiting on that to just cook a little bit more just because I feel like it, honestly. But yeah, can't wait to see you guys in June. Yeah, fun times, fun times. Let's see. Oh, I'm making some stewed chicken or Pollo Guisado is what we call it. And I'm also making some white rice and some green peas, some green pigeon peas. Making these bad boys. And I just threw these in with a little bit of seasoning, some like bouillon cubes. Threw half of a bouillon cube in, a little bit of adobo, which is like just seasoning, and garlic powder. That's pretty much about it. You can add some tomato paste to that if you'd like. That's been cooking about, I want it to cook for about 15 minutes or so. This will cook and be covered now for about 15 minutes. It's 2:55 now. So I'm looking at, what's the math on that? Anybody? Like 310. And then the chicken is practically done. I let that cook in there for about 35 to 45 minutes. You can do 45 or an hour. It really just depends on how marinated. The more you cook it, the more tender and the juicier that it is. And with the girls, they're so picky, and I just don't want them to like ever get like some kind of food poisoning or crazy thing. I know I'm like super over the top. But yeah, so this is practically done. Okay, this is looking really good. We're going to turn this one off, but leave it there because the rest of it, why waste the energy when it'll still continue cooking because the stovetop is still really hot. This has about 14 minutes, and this could come out with the rice, I would say. Mix it one more time. As it starts obviously passing the time, it'll start drying up a little bit more. So just continue to mix it a little bit more often. And the chicken, I ended up just cooking and seasoning with some adobo. I'll show you actually one more time for anyone who's just joined in or recently joined in. I did some onion and garlic powder. Did about 2 batches of seasonings on that. I also did, I also did a little bit of oil right on the pan with a little sprinkle of this, nothing too crazy, about a tablespoon or so. A sprinkle of some adobo. The difference between this red cap and the blue cap is this one has pepper and the blue one does not. So if you suffer from like intestinal issues or like upset, like heartburn, Try to stay away from peppers. Sometimes that could be a culprit to the problems. And then if you want to add some color, I ended up just throwing in some sazon. And honestly, one little sleeve will do. Just one of these, just one of them, not two. And you could get all of these things at Walmart. Pretty much every supermarket should have it. Kroger, Stop and Shop. What is it? HB? Is it HBE in Texas? HB? I can't remember. And yeah, Publix. Everyone pretty much sells it. All right, put this back up here. That way I don't obstruct your view. I don't know if you can see that, but just in case. And then the rice just got a little bit of oil and some salt, and that's covered. Got about 12 minutes left on that. These green peas are just about done. Just keep mixing them even while they're turned off, because if not, they'll start creating like a film on the top, and it creates like a gunky film. So just mix it. HEB, nice. Yeah, it's really yummy. I promise you, it's really, really good. There's like a Spanish thing, a staple, right? Staple. Oh, also Alan is here. Alan, come say hi. He's coming with Luna. Stay careful with the stove.
Oh yeah. Hey everybody. Say hi, Luna. Yo, I don't know, guys. This is looking great right now.
It's looking good.
It smells delicious. If I don't have smell-o-vision yet, but it smells great.
Alan just got to work and he is starving.
Mm-hmm.
He called me like, so what are you cooking? Or am I going to stop and get something? I'm like, I mean, I'm going to start cooking now. And he's like, man, I'm hungry. So this is on speed cook anyway.
Well, this is definitely worth the wait though.
That's the thing. We've fallen so much back on. I'm gonna finally turn this off and I'm gonna show you why. But we've fallen so much back on like fast food eating, but fast food, guys, it adds up so quickly, and I'm so guilty of it too. Definitely guilty of it. But honestly, especially like when I know he's coming out of work, or the girls, I try to have the food already ready, because when you're starving, you're like, oh, let's just get some Taco Bell or McDonald's. And as good as that sounds, your pocket will not be happy about it. And again, I'm guilty of it too. So let me show you what it looks like when I turned it off and why I turned it off. Grab some little mittens right here. If you can see that. So it has some of the juices still in there. And again, if you want it has much more color than what it's showing up on the camera, but it has a nice color. There's some of the water on the bottom. So you see it? So it just creates like this really nice stock. And like I was saying earlier, for that cabbage recipe that I wanted to do, if you just do like your regular pot of cabbage, like a tall pot, you just add a little bit of butter to it, or actually a good amount of butter, and then some salt, and use that while you're cooking the cabbage in one side. Have the chicken in another pot and take advantage of that water and pour it on top of your cabbage. About 3 or 4 spoonfuls, about this big. Guys, I promise you, it makes for some really good cabbage. Super good. Yeah. It's looking not too shabby there. So that was pretty much about done. I think that was roughly about 35, 40 minutes. So, and technically it's still cooking there. So I'm going to cover that up, get it out the way. We have about 9 minutes left on this rice, and until we mix it. And yeah. Is that? So how many of you guys are like, how many of you guys stay at home? Thumbs up if you guys are like stay at home parents or work from home parents, or just adults that work from home or stay at home. Let me know, just thumbs up down below. I'd love to know. Or comment that you work and you just happen to be off right now. And actually, I wanted to know too, what is the best time that you guys prefer to like watch videos? Do you guys prefer like live streams like this during the day? Do you prefer them like mid-afternoon like this one, or like late in the evening once you've like eaten and like settled down around 6 p.m. or so? Let me know in the comments. I want to know. Really, really want to know. Because that way I could form these live streams like around your schedules also, because I know a lot of you guys are like really busy, right? Like Nikki, you have to go get your kids later, so I don't want to get in the way of that. And a lot of you guys, of course, like work from home or just have other things you have to do. So want to work around your schedule. Late in the evening. Okay. So like 5 or 6, you would say? Is that late? Yeah, that's probably late, right? It's 3 p.m. now. It's 3 p.m. now, so like 5 or 6 maybe. All right. A little bit longer on this. Race is looking good. Beans. Let me show you these beans one more time. They look delicious. I keep calling them beans, but they're peas. See. Every time I get close, the color kind of, there you go. That's much better. And that's what they look like. So they're nice and plumped up. Really good. That color is awesome. We just pour that over some rice. I'll show you the finished product at the end. Pour that right next to that white rice. It's delicious. Let's see. Late in the evening. See, I'm at work now. Oh, I have you on my background. Oh, you're at work? Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Work smart, not hard, remember. Let's see. I work from home. Oh, nice. 4 p.m. and after for the live streams. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So before. All right, sounds good. Yeah, that way I could keep in mind and work around all of you guys' schedule. Like I usually get the girls mid-afternoon. So that works out. That works out really well. So I could actually do around this time. And if I don't do this time, I'll do later in the afternoon would work best then, right? So 5 or 6 p.m. is good. Yeah, 5 or 6 p.m.
Dinner time.
Dinner time? Like dinner time? Well, after dinner, right? After dinner? Like, I don't know. I make my lunch dinner. Like that's it. I'm not cooking anything else after this. And no one, if anyone ate something before this, it was like a sandwich or something like breakfasty lunchified. Like I don't cook twice. No. I don't have time for that. Plus the girls aren't here or Alan. They don't come home until like later in the afternoon. So I just cook once. Let's see. But yeah, all right, a little bit longer. Actually, now that I know that I could turn the light off and it looks better, let me get closer with this chicken again. Turn this off. Do that. I think you guys can see it much better now. Hold on. See it there? Yeah, kind of. There you go. Color looks a little bit better right there. So yeah. Alrighty. It's pop lock in here. Anytime's fine with me. Alrighty. Usually cooking at 5. Yeah, I think that's like the common denominator for cook time. It's about 5. Alrighty. Cool. And I'll do different things too. So like yesterday I was doing like cleaning the countertop because it was looking kind of like gross. I gave you guys some tips about how to clean or how to maintain this cleaner anyway, like degreasified and all of that is, guys, any information I give you is not sponsored. So rest assured, I'm not trying to sell you anything. So yeah. All right. A little bit longer. We got 4 minutes on this. And yeah. But yeah, so I don't know how it happened, but Luna's almost 9 months. The girls are 5 years old. I don't know how the time went by that quickly. Man, I don't even know. Like, I feel like just yesterday I met Alan. That's what it feels like. I feel like I just met you. And he's here, by the way, if you're wondering who I'm staring at. I'm staring at Alan. But it has not been that long since I feel like I met him. Yeah, life goes by quickly, guys. So enjoy it. Take advantage of it. Enjoy your life. Have just tons of fun while you can. Safe fun, but fun nonetheless. And enjoy your families, your friends. You know, can't take anything for granted in this life. That's for sure. Yep. Come here.
Oh, Luna.
Huh? Hiya.
Yeah, she's definitely 9 months. She's a handful. You're a handful, yes, you are.
And it's so weird because the girls, being that we had them at the same time because they're twins, you would think they were more difficult, but they were actually not more difficult than.
Yeah.
Everyone's always like, "Oh, twins, that must have been like a lot of work." And honestly, we were very fortunate. The girls were not that much work. This one, however, as quiet and peaceful as she seems, and she is really sweet and quiet, but during the night, she refuses to stay down. Like, all she wants to do is get up, wake up, ask for things to like eat or drink. It's ridiculous. You. You.
Oh, yeah, she did half of it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Like there were some long nights there and long mornings, but you know, it's part of the process. Yeah.
But yeah, and she's super sweet. It's just nighttime. For some reason, her sleeping schedule is like bizarre.
Come back.
Good, Daddy?
Come
Yeah. Yep, sure is your youngest granddaughter. That's crazy. I guess she is the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
We get some family in the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got some family in the audience. Hello. Let's see. Okay, so mix this up one more time. I have it open just so it cools down a little bit because obviously, like, not many people like cold meat or too hot meat because that's not good for you either. There's that. But at this point, I could cover it back up because it's almost serving time. Cover that up right there. Mix these beans, like I said, one more time, or peas, so that film doesn't add up. There's that. We have just about 1 minute left on that white rice in the back. So actually, I don't even think you guys. Maybe you may need that. All right. So that's good. Here's those beans one more time, or peas. I don't know why I insist on calling them beans. There that is. All right, and actually we could start turning over this white rice now. Yeah. There's that. Mix it too so it becomes like nice and fluffy. You're gonna see how it grows right now. It's like not even gonna fit in the pot. Yeah. So a little bit, those 2.5 cups, maybe 2.5 cups seems like a little bit or a lot for some of you, but it fluffs up a lot. It does. It lasts a long time. And we're like greedy on rice around here. Turn this off. This is what the rice looks like. Oh, that is steaming. I catch the light. There you go. All right, how about we serve this plate? What do you guys think? Make sure Alan eats because he's starving. I know, right? I'm like, why can't he take like my weight, right? He should like take over my body for a couple months, do what he has to do, and then give it back once I'm skinny. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, that'd be so awesome. All right, let me get a plate, guys. That's it, you're starving. All right, let's go ahead and serve this plate. Turn this white rice off. So about 15 minutes on that rice, about 15 or some odd minutes on this, and then about 30, 45, whatever you want to give it on that, but more than 30 minutes would work. All right, serve this white rice. Again, we're very heavy-handed with white rice around here. And there's so many other rices that are, of course, are like much healthier for you, but that Spanish staple, we can't help it. Sometimes we need that white rice. All right, so that's good. And then some chicken. All right, let me grab some of this. Let's say about 3 pieces of chicken. I feed him, I swear I do. I do feed him, but he works too dang hard. All he does is work. Contrary to what you would think, because he's usually in my live stream, but that's usually just how I work things out. All right, so do that.
Come on, baby dude.
Yeah, he's on baby duty most of the time. All right, and then just going to grab some beans. Actually, let's grab a ladle. I'm gonna grab a ladle for the peas for easier access. All right. I'm gonna try my best not to drop this. There you have it. See that plate? Yep. Here's the beans. Peas came out nice and tender, I promise you. And there's the chicken. A lot of it fell off. A lot of it fell off the bone too. So there's that. Not easy. That's good, right? Should be pretty good. Let me make Alan take a bite out of this. There we go. I have proof that I feed him. Alan, come here.
Ready?
Here, take a. I guess you use a fork or a spoon. A spoon. No, either way.
Ooh.
Don't burn yourself. Don't be a savage.
I can't promise that.
It's hot, like super hot.
Oh, perfect.
Like super duper hot.
That is delicious.
It is like super tender too.
I don't even take the plate, guys.
This is his plate. He can eat this later. Yeah, it looks really good. Thank you. Yeah, so that's all done, and you can actually see how tender the chicken is. If I could, of course, not drop this plate as I do this. Ugh. Hold on, I'm like balancing beans at the same time. Can you see it down here? Hold on, let me try to tilt this downward. Grab another fork, actually a spoon. Why did I grab a spoon? See? There you have it. See, nice and white center. See all that? Fully cooked. And of course, like the longer you leave it, the more tender it becomes. But that is some perfectly white center, nothing gross in the center, and ready for eating. And those beans too are really good, I promise you. Let me leave Alan's food alone as I'm messing with it. All right, guys, so I hope you really liked this. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here, hanging out with me, just talking, chit-chatting, passing some time. Highly appreciate it. Don't forget to take care. And actually, I'll have a video up for you guys tomorrow, Tuesdays and Thursdays, remember, at 3 p.m. And yeah, guys, appreciate you all. I hope you liked it. I really wanted to do like the whole process, like the whole start to finish cooking process. You can see how that goes. I hope you liked it a lot. And yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys for being here, of course. Thank you so much. And glad you enjoyed it. Bye, guys. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.